Tales of Old Night, Episode 5, The Harvest. It is the 28th millennium. Humanity has lost the stars, lost its future, and is doing its best to lose its mind. Warp storms isolate the human worlds. Hope is obsolete. What follows is not a fable, just a perfectly ordinary tragedy for these times. They call it a breadbasket world. Green fields, wide skies, rivers slow enough to forgive you for crossing them. The kind of planet pick slates use when they want to remind people what peace looks like. It's like, I was born here. I administer quotas. Every year, the harvest numbers are announced in the square. Grain yields, protein surplus, compliance percentages. The people clap. Some cry with relief. Hunger is a memory we are taught to fear, the way children fear monsters they have never seen. There is another quota. It is never announced in public. On the forms, it is called supplementary manpower allocation. On older forms, now archived, it is simply called the tithe. Every household knows it exists. No household admits it aloud. I oversee the lists, names, ages, occupations. I do not choose at random. That would be cruel. I choose according to policy, according to balance, according to what will hurt the least. We tell ourselves that if we comply, fewer will be taken. We tell ourselves many things. Entire villages arrange their lives around the lists. Children are named carefully. Birth months are avoided. People marry late or early, depending on superstition. Compliance becomes culture. Obedience becomes inheritance. Those selected are told they are serving the greater good, that their sacrifice matters, that they will be trained, equipped, honored. They believe this because believing is easier than resisting. The transports arrive without ceremony, no banners, no speeches, just gray hulls descending into fields that will be replanted by morning. Families do not scream. That would draw attention. They embrace quietly. They thank us for fairness. I sign the manifests. My signature is very neat. For decades, this continued. The war, we were told, was distant, endless, hungry. We were proud to contribute. We were told that if the war ended, the tithe would end too. It did not. I discovered this by accident, a misfiled report, an outdated sector brief. The war our world was assigned to supply had concluded 87 years ago. The tithe continued anyway. When I inquired carefully, I was corrected. Our manpower allocation was no longer routed to frontline units. It had been reclassified. The people we sent were not soldiers. They were converted, processed, reduced. Some became servitors, some became labor units. Some were fed into systems that did not distinguish between fuel and flesh. Their individual designations were removed upon arrival. Their usefulness was measured in output hours. Their deaths were not recorded, only their consumption. I asked why the tithe still existed. The answer was simple. The sector had adjusted its logistics around us. Our contribution smoothed projections, removed uncertainty. Ending it would require revisions, explanations, approvals, risk. We were reliable. We were easy. I returned home and walked through the fields. The harvest was excellent this year. Children ran between the rows. Their parents watched them closely. Already calculating odds, they pretended not to understand. That night, I reviewed the lists for next cycle. My own name was not on them. It never is. I added no annotations. I submitted no objections. I followed procedure, as I always have. The transports will arrive again soon, the fields will remain green, and the sector's numbers will remain pleasingly stable.